Shalom. Kahalayama Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shah, Bahashem, Rakakwadash. Shalom and salutations and double honor to the men of Great Millstone who I learned this 100% truth from. My name is Yahalal, and I'm back again with another segment, video of In Transit. And before I begin, I also want to say Shalom and salutations to the men of Great Millstone who I learned this 100% truth from. Shalom to the Akim and Aqua who study and learn under the men of Great Millstone. The Akim who are out there on the highways and byways prophesying the downfall of this wicked kingdom, and the elect. And with that, I wanted to begin my video, and I'm going to call this The Lord Shall Be Rejected, something like that. And I got inspiration from this again, just from watching different brothers of GMS, and it just kind of came to my mind how a lot of so-called Christians in your Christianity think that Gentiles, because I just did a video on Gentiles, destruction of the Gentiles, but how you other nations and you Gentiles think that all of Israel rejected Yahweh Shai, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ, and it wasn't like that. And these people are back here today, these Pharisees, Sadducees, and elders, and two-third Jake, who are going to be destroyed. They're here today, and the Lord is going to come back. And this is why this is how reincarnation is in full effect, because these same people who rejected Yahweh Shai, because it wasn't all the Jews, it was a certain amount, or it was a percentage of Jews who rejected Yahweh Shai, and then there were the others. Really, if you ask me, to make it plain and simple, 2/3 rejected Yahweh Shai, just like they're rejecting Yahweh Shai today, and 1/3 were the ones who are the elect, who loved Yahweh Shai and wept for Yahweh Shai and prayed and all of these things that were full of sorrow when Yahweh Shai was he was shedding his blood for us so that we can all be saved, and 2/3 still rejected him. So that's why that makes sense today, because it makes sense today because of what happened in the ancient time. So I just got a couple of scriptures I just want to touch on real quick, and you be edified through it, you know what I'm saying? So the first scripture I had was Mark 8:31, and it talks about how when Yahweh Shai was teaching, he was telling them that the Son of Man must suffer many things and be rejected from the elders and the chief priests and the scribes, and he has to be killed, and he has to be raised up in 3 days. So I don't know where y'all get 2.5 days or 2 days, or I don't know where that comes from, but it doesn't make sense. The scriptures are can be a stumbling block for some, for many, but to the learned and to the elders and the prophets and the teachers that teach this Bible, it's not. Everything is made understand. Everything is made manifest, because Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai revealed his secrets to the prophets, roughly paraphrasing. And again, 2/3 of our people, man, we were against Yahweh Shai. We didn't want Shalakia. Not we. They didn't want. They didn't want him ruling, because he was called the Prince of Peace, the King of Israel, which was written in Hebrew, Spanish, and Greek, and or Latin. And our people rejected him, man. They didn't want him for who he was. They was calling him a devil and all kinds of things because of the miracles and the teachings that he had. And not that it was against the law, statutes, and commandments, because it wasn't. because Yahushua followed the law, statutes, and commandments. But he was pretty much calling them out about being hypocrites. There was a lot of hypocrites, especially with the chief priests, the Pharisees. They would go out and teach the law, kind of what like these Christian pastors and deacons and elders today do. They preach the law, but they do wicked things, and the Lord is going to deal with them, man. This is why, you know what I mean, they're in the positions they're in, because these are the type of positions they were in in their past life. You know, scriptures say the prophets are subject to the prophets, which is in so many words is reincarnation of who you were then. When you come back into this world, you will be that again. You know what I mean? Even so-called people who don't know scriptures kind of understood that. You know what I mean? With just a little bit of understanding that. You know what I mean? Like, whoever you are, you're gonna be that person from young to now. You know what I mean? You're just gonna get older. So I got Luke 9:22, and it's kind of the same thing, because, you know, when the disciples were rolling with Yahushua, you know what I mean, they all was kind of saying the same things, but just at different writings on how they was doing it. But you know, it was saying too, Yahushua was saying how, you know, the Son of Man must suffer and be killed, only to rise again in 3 days. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, this is just, you know what I mean, something that was just on my mind I wanted to speak about real quick, that 2/3 of our people rejected Yahushua, but 1/3 is going to be brought through the fire, and they're going to resist the temptation, and they're going to be the elect. And this is what GMS teaches you, is to not speak about all Israel, because it's not about all Israel right now. It's only about the elect, the elect, the elect. Electos. Last scripture was Acts 7:52, and it talks about, it says, which of the prophets have your fathers destroyed or have slain, which showed before the coming of the just one. Again, reincarnation. Reincarnation is very important when it comes to these scriptures, because this is what's going on right now. People are reincarnated to who they are today. They just brought back into the world. You know what I'm saying? It just talks about you know, of whom ye have known as betrayers and murderers, and these were the same people who were slain, killing, and slandering the prophets of old. You know what I mean? These are the same people from the same nation of Israel. So, you know, it's going to definitely, the Lord is definitely going to get with them. They're going to get they just do. And the greatest thing about Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua is that he has the spirit of mercy and forgiveness. You know what I'm saying? You know, all he wants you to do is fear him and follow his law, statutes, and commandments. And he's worthy of that praise. But for some reason, you people, our people, the Israelites, Jacob, just think that, you know, just wow, like a real proud people for having nothing. Proud for having nothing and accumulating nothing. But, you know, it is what it is. But 2/3 are going to be destroyed, and 1/3 is going to survive. And it'd be easy for me to say you decide, but you can't decide. It's up to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua. So with that, I'm gonna say, Kal Halayim Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua Ba'ashem Ruach. Shalom and salutations and double honors to the men of Great Millstone, who I learned this 100% true from. Shalom to the Akim and Aqua, the speckled bird, confused face, the Akim on the highways and byways, and last but not least, special shalom to the elect. And with that, I'm going to say shalom.